just feel like, you know, the experience of seeing my own likeness
Isn't it?
reflected
Isn't it?
in the hair. I see our style and the garments and how we wear stuff.
And in our swagger.
Our swagger, our ingenuity, our resourcefulness. I mean, obviously it's enormous, but there does seem to be some kind of order.
Oh no, there's absolutely order.
Yeah.
And the thing that's interesting is just seeing how many different things are actually sold.
Right. Ooh, two at a time. Ah.
Okay, Woods Couple Social. Hi, Stephen. How are you?
Hi, doing very well, thanks.
First of all, I'm so glad you did an episode in Philadelphia, my hometown.
Yeah.
But my first question for you is why this series? What drew you to it? Especially, you know, with everything that's going on.
Yeah, so my part of this series is a small part of many. It is adapted from the text written by a food scholar by the name of Dr. Jessica B. Harris, High on the Hog. And so basically 2 years ago, the show was first conceived by Fabian Tobeck and Karis Jagger, who are the executive producers. And I was basically asked to do the show. At first, I thought to basically be a creative collaborator, maybe producer on the project. But the more that I started to talk with Fabienne, I realized that her vision for the text was to actually bring it to life in such a way that it had a host, a personal story, as well as a personality kind of at the center of it to bring people along the journey of the book itself. So
let's talk a little bit about Philadelphia. It seemed like, you know, you were going on my favorite walking tour, which is like Independence Hall, and they have the beautiful display where they do talk about the impact of the slaves mixing in with the free slaves. Talk about what that felt like, just having that conversation concerning food and the exchange of ideas, because Black people in Philadelphia were free Black people versus, you know, naturally the slaves.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is it's actually my favorite part about the show is that we're finally giving the full space and attention to the wholeness and the totality of the Black experience in the United States. And I think that so often when we've seen our culture and our food culture reflected back to us on television, it's really been you know, hardship stories, stories about struggle. Even the word perseverance itself is kind of perversely about struggle. But what you learn in learning our history, especially in a place like Philly, is that we had free Black folks who were professional Black people, who were very, not just professionalized either, but at the top of their field and craft, you know. And I think that those stories of entrepreneurship, of high fashion, of style, of going out, of being fly, like this is just as much a part of our history as all of the hardship struggles that are so well known and told. And Philadelphia, especially from the context of catering, really was pioneering, not just for Black people, but for bringing the whole US up to a place in which you know, high cuisine was professionalized and therefore more accessible than it would have been without the presence of these Black chefs.
Absolutely. And last, what do you want us as Black people? Because we know food is such an integral part of who we are. And we don't often think about, we think about the ingredients in terms of taste, but not in heritage. Mm-hmm. So what do you want us to take away from it other than, of course, the history?
Well, I think, as you said, you know, our inclination is to think about the way that things taste and not where they've come from or how they came to be. And I really hope that this show provides a curiosity, especially for Black viewers, about our culinary traditions, because as you'll see in the show, the more we learn about our food, we are also actually learning about our history as a people. The story of food is a migration story primarily. And I think it's really a beautiful way for us to both be grounded in our own history, as well as hopefully preserve and promote the Black food culture, you know, for future generations.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. I love this series. I hope
I
we get to
appreciate
do
that.
another one, and it was really amazing. Thank you for your time.
I appreciate that.